Hey there guys, I am making this video to talk about my Warhammer 40k kill team I'm very excited about. So this is not a very competitive kill team, but I think it'll do okay. It's not bad or anything. I just think that it has kind of a low model count, which in kill teams is kind of a disadvantage, especially if they're not like multi-wound. But let me just go through it and tell you the backstory and all that. So what I really like about kill teams is that it gives you an option or it gives you the opportunity essentially to kind of individualize each model, have a story kind of going as to what the kill team's all about, and I don't know and it's definitely a far lower barrier of entry than regular 40k. Now, I do play regular 40k, and though I'm fairly new, I really like the game and everything. I am a Chaos Space Marine player, so I had some models, and I decided to go a different paint scheme. Most of my other Chaos stuff is red. This stuff, green and gold, and because it's my own little kill team that I made up the lore for, and I'll kind of go through. So, these guys, what I have is a 5-man chosen squad with the dedicated transport. The chosen champion is my leader of the kill team, and then my 3 specialists are a weapon specialist, dirty fighter specialist, and combat specialist. Comes out to exactly 200 points, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so the backstory behind this. Well, I call this kill team the Cult of the Wilds. The reason for that is that they are a tiny renegade bit of a chapter of Space Marines. I don't really know which Space Marines, but my lore thing is that, and keep in mind, I'm not super knowledgeable about Warhammer lore. I do enjoy it and watch YouTube videos about it and stuff, but I don't know everything. So I don't know what planet it would be, but it's some sort of jungle planet. And while on a sort of scout mission, this 5-man kind of tactical squad and their Rhino transport are kind of tearing through this thick, dense jungle, and they come upon a strange tree, a strange plant that's alive. Well, all plants are alive. That's pulsing, though. It seems conscious. And then the main guy, the leader, I guess would be the Space Marine sergeant, goes to investigate. But when he touches it, it implants him with this chaotic kind of disease that mutates him. And they are all kind of taken over by the wilds, and vines and stuff start grabbing all of them and mutating them. And so the rest of their Space Marine chapter never really hears back from them, and they eventually leave the planet. So this little 5-man tactical squad and their rhinos kind of just abandoned in this jungle world. And they slowly over time get crazier and crazier, more chaotic. Because everything's about change in nature, they're kind of Zinch flavored, even though they're not painted that way. And then they also have kind of the wild theme going about it. So, for instance, the main guy, this, I guess, sergeant, was mutated into kind of a beastman. But he still, retains his human kind of other shape, but he's got the goat horns and stuff. His name was Luther beforehand. Now he goes by Luther von Laserhoof, which I made up. He's got a laser pistol and a lightning claw. And then I just put the little Beastman shield thing on his back, so it's kind of a cool mix of power armor and Beastmen from the Warhammer Fantasy. This arm's not power armor at all, it's just muscle. This arm is obviously way big and has lightning claw. So he's gone a little crazy, but still is in command. is very chaotic. One of the people, and this is totally against the lore, but I know I'd like it. This is a chick, kind of like Samus from Metroid, and her name's Plastitia because she has this plasma gun, and she is very sassy, or that's just her character or something. Plastitia Plasmason, and then her specialist trait, she's a weapon specialist, and she is mastercrafted. So I'll get to re-roll 1 to hit per round, essentially, per turn. And that's going to hopefully get rid of any gets hot rolls I might, accidentally roll. The next specialist is this dude right here, and his name is Terrence the Blazed. He's got a little Zinch logo on him, and he, while wandering around, in the jungle, found a strange and enticing plant that he, learned how to ingest, and but that's, it's kind of a double meaning. But he also has the Dirty Fighters. He's a Dirty Fighter specialist, and he has Soul Blaze. So he is Terrence the Blazed. He is kind of your stoner character, laid back attitude, doesn't want to go into close combat, wants to sit back and shoot, and have a good time. Then we have, I'll start over here, or go over here. This is Gobs de Human, and this is actually 2 goblins, one standing on the other's shoulders. This, whatever Space Marine, he died, while they were kind of lost in the jungle, and then some random Gretchens or something found his power armor and decided to crawl inside of it, but they needed to be able to work it. These guys are pretty much either too dumb to notice or too apathetic to care that it is a goblin that is taking this suit of power armor, but he fights pretty good. He's not a specialist of any stripe, and he is the goblin with his little bandana mask on, so he's trying to hide the fact that he's a goblin, but of course it is completely obvious to any sane and rational person. And then, since it's the 2 goblins, anytime that I roll for running and it's 1 inch, I play with people and stuff, and they've made the joke, it's the other, he's trying to talk to the goblin below him, be like, no, run forward, run, but it's sweaty down there, and it's tough life to be the legs of the power suit. So that's his backstory. And then lastly, we have the serious member of the crew, the combat specialist, Rusty Murder Scream, just kind of making light of the fact that everyone's name and chaos is all crazy, and they're way over the top, I will rend your flesh from the bone, and blah blah blah. So he's all intense, and all the other characters kind of he just takes it so seriously, and they're like, dude, come on, chill out. Rusty Murder Scream, and he is the combat specialist with the Killer Instinct special thing that gives him, in close combat, he always wounds on a 2-up, which is really useful. Certainly one of the best things in combat specialists, in my opinion. So we'll talk strategy. Oh, and then, of course, we got the Rhino, which is painted green and gold, painted on the inside. And, I just wanted to put a lot of detail into it, and I'm not that great of a painter, but I thought it was, cool. It is WYSIWYG, except for the Dirgecaster, so it's got the Combi Bolter, the Dozer Blades, which give it reroll on dangerous terrain, and then it does have the Havoc launcher in the back, which pivots, and I kind of had to drill a hole to put it there, but I just thought it looked cool. Okay. So yeah, tactics. Well, for getting rid of infantry and stuff, Space Marines are always good. These guys have bolt guns, and since they're elites, they're chosen. They have close combat weapons and bolt pistols, and they have 2 attacks base. So, I mean, these guys are going to be good in shooting and good in close combat. They're not going to be great at either one, but it's, all around pretty good. Then we do have, on the vehicle, the combi and the Havoc launcher for dealing with, people like really fast, like drive up and then start blasting them. Havoc launcher, I'm worried, people don't tend to bunch up and kill teams because they can spread out, but if they do, we got the Havoc launcher to deal with that. And then if they want to get into close combat, I can unload this dude and maybe my warlord. That's the cool thing about kill teams. You don't have to deploy everyone. You can deploy one at a time, so you can kind of drop little dudes as you drive along. And, he's Rusty Murder Scream's going to be itching to go into close combat, and then the Lightning Claw is going to help out because it has Shred. In terms of taking out vehicles, again, the reason I said it's not super competitive kill team is because everything in here is kind of, well, 1, it's a low model count, but 2, it's good at a lot of things, great at nothing, or, great at not specialized for specifically one. So, like, for dealing vehicles, we do have the plasma gun, and we do have the plasma pistol, and those 2 shooting from inside the Rhino, we can get up there, shoot at them. Only thing is, beyond that, there's really nothing that can deal with. I mean, I do have crack grenades, but those are always kind of a long shot. The cool thing about Kill Team is, like, and since they're all their own unit, they can all throw their own grenade. But it's still kind of a long shot to get them in there, and other stuff has the range and the firepower, so I risk kind of getting the Rhino immobilized before I can even get up there to hurt their stuff. But yeah, other than that, I just thought it was a fun thing to make up my own fluff behind, and my local gaming store is doing they're trying to get people into kill teams, and I'm very excited about that. And I've played like 3 games so far, and I've won 1 and lost 2, which isn't bad, for me at least. I'm not a very good player. Anyway, I might do a video just showcasing my whole Chaos collection, which isn't that big. It's about like 1,200 points right now. Like I said, I'm kind of new, but look for that, and thanks for watching.